Any comments about Amber Heard?
Any comment on that?
Is Amber Heard now trying to provoke Johnny by talking about his daughter Lily Rose in court? Believe it or not, during her recent testimony, Amber claimed she loved Lily Rose and always tried to protect her. But Johnny already made it clear that Lily Rose never liked Amber and even refused to attend his wedding. Plus, Lily was actually one of the first people to publicly defend Johnny and expose Amber for lying. So what's Amber now trying to do by bringing up Lily in her testimony? Back in May 2016, shortly after Amber appeared in court with a bruised face and obtained a restraining order against Johnny, Lily took to her Instagram to share a screenshot of an article from People magazine stating that the police officers who responded to Amber's domestic incident call didn't find any evidence. Lily later also shared a throwback photo of her and Johnny with a caption that read, "My dad is the sweetest, most loving person I know. He's been nothing but a wonderful father to my little brother and I, and everyone who knows him would say the same." During his court testimony, Johnny revealed that Lily refused to attend his wedding to Amber because she and Amber were not on particularly great terms for several reasons. Johnny also said that Amber tried to alienate him from his children by demanding that he spends all his free time with her. "Amber had to have me there at all times for her own needs," Johnny said, adding that Amber would tell him what a bad father he was and that he had no idea how to parent. And when asked to describe the relationship between Amber and his two children, Johnny replied, "Non-existent. My kids are far more intelligent than I am. They refuse to be around her." And to top it all off, Johnny's bodyguard, Travis McGivern, testified that he heard Amber calling Johnny a deadbeat dad on multiple occasions.
You know, there were times I've heard Miss Heard call him a deadbeat dad, if I can say that. I apologize to the court. Washed up, you name it. She's spewed it.
However, Amber's now trying to paint a completely different picture of her relationship with Lily Rose. And on day one of her testimony, she talked about the 2014 trip to the Bahamas with Johnny and the kids, claiming she had developed a close bond with Lily.
He was selling the yacht to J.K. Rowling, and he wanted to kind of have a goodbye trip on the yacht. So it was docked off the island, and I went with him and his kids, who I had quickly developed a bond with and loved. And we brought a friend along with us, I think, to kind of help.
Amber went on to say that at the time of their trip to the Bahamas, Johnny was drinking heavily and trying to hide it from his children.
Johnny was upset that he had to sell the boat. And he was off the wagon again, but he didn't want to tell his kids, so he was hiding it from them. He was putting it in coffee cups and drinking, and the behavior just kind of like, he was upset, he was emotional, and he just, you know, that's how he dealt with it, just drink.
Amber claimed that Johnny's behavior started getting more unpredictable as he continued drinking, and she then went on to talk about how this situation affected Lily Rose.
So he just kept drinking, and the behavior kept getting more obviously drunk. And Lily Rose, his daughter at the time, was young, just like maybe 14, and she started to get panicky and started asking me questions about his drinking.
According to Amber, she tried to comfort Lily Rose, but Johnny got mad when he saw them together and accused Amber of telling his children that he had fallen off the wagon.
Lily Rose is crying, and then the crying becomes like a panic, like almost like a panic attack, like rapid breathing, crying, lots of questions. And I'm holding her, kind of comforting her, and Johnny comes in, and within a few seconds, I realized that he, you know, kind of shifted his attention on me, and then he seemed very angry. He asked Lily Rose to leave. Lily Rose leaves, looks at me, leaves, crying, and Johnny, I don't remember the words he used, but starts accusing me of kind of like telling on him.
But Amber claimed she never told Johnny's kids about his alleged drinking problem and insisted that she was trying to protect Johnny.
And calling him, you know, a drunk in front of his kids. I hadn't done that. I was actually trying to protect Johnny. It didn't feel like my place at all to share that with his daughter or anyone at the time other than adults who might help with it, but not his kids.
Amber then went on to say that after Lily Rose left the room, Johnny slammed her against the wall and effectively threatened her.
And he slams me up against the side wall of the bedroom of the we were in the bedroom this whole time, but up against the wall of the cabin, and slams me up by my neck and holds me there for a second and tells me that he could kill me.
During her testimony, Amber told the jury that she had grown to love Johnny's whole family before claiming she had to escape from the Bahamas with Lily Rose because of Johnny's constant drinking.
I was very, very, very much in love with this whole family now. And he's saying I'm embarrassing to him. When I saw Lily Rose again, I won't say what she told me, but the next thing we do is we call for a helicopter to come and take us off of the boat, or off of the island. So we leave the boat, go to the landing of a part of the island, or maybe it was a different island we had to get to leave, and we take off. I'm holding Lily Rose literally holding her under my arm while she's crying.
However, fans are slamming Amber for dragging Johnny's kids into this mess, and they're saying she only talked about Lily Rose because she wants to get under Johnny's skin. It's cruel the way she's making a point to keep bringing his kids up and to drag Lily Rose through the mud, one fan commented. It's a very calculated way to hit Johnny where it hurts. She's punishing him. And another fan said, not only did she ruin her father's career and reputation with lies, but now she's making it seem like Lily and her brother liked her and that she loves them. But the backlash didn't stop Amber for bringing up Johnny's kids, and on day 2 of her testimony, she again talked about them, claiming she was very protective of Lily Rose and Jack.
I was, these kids I found them to be these beautiful, wildly intelligent little weirdos in the best way. I was falling in love with them. They were in my life at that time, a short amount of time, but I loved it, and I started to feel very protective. And
Amber then tried to suggest Johnny was a bad father for letting Lily's male friends spend the night at their house, and she insisted that she was the one who tried to protect Lily.
This argument happened because Johnny was, I didn't agree that this gentleman, was a famous musician, over the age of 18, spent the night at the house, and I felt protective over Lily Rose and concerned.
But Amber didn't stop there. She also claimed that Johnny introduced Lily Rose to marijuana when she was very young. As for Johnny, he just shook his head in disbelief as Amber talked about being protective of Lily.
But that and the introduction of the weed with his daughter, she was so young, I just felt protective. Again, it's not my place, I understand that, and I made him really angry by weighing in on that.
But once again, fans were quick to slam Amber for lying, and they pointed out that Johnny already addressed the whole weed issue during his testimony. Johnny said that he never encouraged his daughter to use marijuana, and simply wanted to teach her how to stay safe when offered substances and alcohol. My daughter was 13 years old, and as we all know, at 11, 12, 13 years old, when you go to high school parties, you are approached by people who will want to give you a drink because they're drinking, Johnny said, adding that he told Lily Rose, "Listen, sweetheart, if you are at a party and someone hands you the joint, take the joint from that person and pass it to the next person. Don't experiment with drugs with people you don't know." Johnny explained that he told his daughter to come to him when he feels she's ready because he didn't want her first experience with substances to be with people she doesn't know and can't trust. So it's a safety issue, Johnny added. If that is wrong in your eyes, I appreciate what you think, but I was raising a daughter, and I was being a responsible parent as far as I was concerned. Commenting on Amber's testimony, one fan wrote, "She's trying to portray him as a bad father to the jury, but he's already addressed that Lily Rose was offered weed at a party and came to him for advice, and he told her not to experiment with strangers because it's a safety issue. Shame on Amber for bringing his kids into this." One Twitter user said, "Amber Heard feels so protective of Lily Rose, she's going to drag her name into a highly publicized, televised trial every time she can." And another fan added, "When she mentioned how much she loves and tries to protect his kids, my stomach just churned. I bet he must have used all his restraint not to react." Poor guy. Many fans also said that if Amber truly cared about Lily Rose, she wouldn't have filed for a temporary restraining order against Johnny on Lily's birthday on May 27, 2016. People who have narcissistic personality disorder love to ruin special days, one fan said. And another person added, "She tried to take Lily Rose's birthday and file that day so that every year it would be a constant reminder for Johnny. Imagine being so conceited to do that." But if you thought that was shocking, wait till you watch this next video.